Welcome to lesson 165 of A Course in Miracles, yet another amazing lesson. And a lesson that, once again, puts the whole responsibility on us. Not only the responsibility, but also all the power on us. It's a lesson that tells you, okay, you have to choose. You have to choose moment by moment what type of thoughts you want to think. And it's so easy. I mean, if you really observe your mind, honestly, if you really are in contact with yourself, if you're listening to your thoughts, if you're getting to know yourself better, getting to know your emotional world a bit better, your thinking, your thoughts and beliefs, if you start being more diligent with all that, you realize how easily it is for the ego to grab you. Anything that you see, anything that anybody says, anything that you think can grab you and make you lose sight. So it is very, very refined, this lesson. It's very it's an amazing lesson that, once again, I'm going to say it again, that it brings us to the present, because only in the present we can choose. You can have be having a conversation with someone, and that person said something, and you already went to the past. Or you could have gone to the future. So it is very easy for us to lose sense of the present. Yeah, it's very easy. And I hope you realize, but also it's very easy to gain it back when you become aware, more aware and aware and aware. So it's very important at the moment to be able to constantly be looking at you. The focus is on you. The focus is in your own ego. Yeah. And making that transition, when you're in the ego, bringing yourself back. It's just that's the game, really, from the bringing yourself back each and every moment. So the lesson today says, let not my mind deny the thought of God. So we know that we have two thought systems within ourselves, and only one is true: the thought and the mind of God, the one that when you connect to brings you peace, the one that when you connect to you feel love. That's the only, I don't know, to me at the moment is as that, fear or love is very clear at the moment for me. And fear can come up with, be hidden under anything, really, under anger and under sadness, under depression, under judgment. But the underlying is fear. And underlying fear, as we've been recognizing from the lessons before, is death. God, because if I'm just a body, anytime I can die, and that's the end of me. So of course that we're so attached to that if we only think that we are only bodies. So for us to keep connecting to this infinite space within, infinite space within, and just experience it for a few moments now, that space within that is infinite, and you can expand this space within as you breathe, as you give yourself a break, from the thinking and the emotional, and just connecting to this space, infinite space. And here is where we are, choosing the thought of God, choosing our divinity, choosing silence of the thoughts, choosing to become free of our thoughts, and of our emotions, choosing freedom. And with this freedom, we connect to more peace, love. Gosh, you just want to be spent every moment in this space, really. It's so beautiful. Practice today in hope, for hope indeed is justified. Your doubts are meaningless, for God is certain, and the thought of him is never absent. Sureness must abide within you who are host to him. So he lives in us. Yeah, divinity lives in us. This course removes all doubts which you have interposed between him and your certainty of him. Doubts, all the doubts that disconnect me from the truth of who I am, and just observe the doubts that you have. Is it true? How do I know that it's true? I don't feel anything. When am I going to feel? So all these thoughts that represent doubt, that fill your system and your mind, recognize them, let them go, and just choose the truth of who you are, the mind of God, the mind of the source, divinity. Okay, enjoy the lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow for 166.